So how does all of this translate into morality? Ethics of care advocates for virtues of caring and empathy as a moral system. The notion here is that we want a moral system, the claim is, within ethics of care. There's a moral system that doesn't involve just impartiality and justice, but involves being concerned for the other person and gives that concern at least equal weight, if not more, than simply impartiality and justice. The claim is, according to them, that impartiality results in dehumanizing people. You know, if you look at utilitarianism says that we have to maximize happiness for everyone involved. Well, I might have to sacrifice for happiness for everyone to be involved. Or I might have to choose to save 5 people over saving my mother, you know, because one life is not as important as 5, utilitarianism will say. And despite the 5 lives being 5 strangers, my mother, while more important to me, is one life versus the 5. And so utilitarianism would say I have to save the 5 lives rather than the 1, even if it's my mother. Well, that, our ethics of care theorist claim, dehumanizes people. We are caring, concerned people. We do have natural biases towards our loved ones. And to say that I need to ignore that, I need to toss that out and treat my mother the same as I would treat strangers, value her the exact same way I would value strangers, is dehumanizing, they say. It's simply not what captures people's essence. Now, the extreme ethics of care theorists would like us to use caring and empathy almost exclusively and ditch impartiality and justice altogether. But remember back to our properties of morality, and morality does seem to be reason-based. There is something to this notion that a quality of morality is that it is based in reason rather than emotion. So maybe the really good thing to do, the best moral theory, would find a balance between these. Maybe if we find a balance between impartiality and caring, we recognize under certain circumstances I ought not to value one person over another. For example, I ought not to say, oh, well, my best friend who stole money from the bank wasn't bad, but the perfect stranger who stole money from the bank is bad. That doesn't work. You know, that's not the right kind of, that kind of bias is not morally relevant. But at the same time, if I have to choose who to give money to help out my best friend or a perfect stranger, it seems perfectly reasonable to say I ought to give it to my best friend because my best friend has a value to me and I want to help him or her out more than the stranger. I mean, hey, if I had enough money, I could give money to them both, but maybe I don't. I have limited resources. Does all that make sense? Okay. As always, please, if you did not understand anything in these recordings, go back, re-listen. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. I just ask that you make certain that you sign your email, because if you don't, I won't respond to it. Have a great week.